Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Thursday, October 21st, 2021. We are in the final hour of the trading day. The final hour of the trading day is my favorite time to make my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades, because at the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in, they take control away from the day traders and the algorithms who control the price during the middle of the day. But at the end of the day, those large financial institutions come in, they're dealing with the most money, they have very smart people, best information, best technology, and they take the price away. I feel like the closing price is the most valid price of the day, and therefore those are the levels, and that's the time that I make my buying and selling decisions. So thank you all for coming today. It's nice to see everyone. As always, I appreciate you being here. I hope you're having a good trading day. I hope you're having a good day in general, and looking forward to this podcast. So currently the Dow is down 84 points, down 0.24%. NASDAQ, however, having a green day, up 67 points, up 0.45%. And the S&P up slightly, up 3.7 points, up 0.09%. So here's the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I am going to manage them moving forward. Did have one day trade today on Apple that I will share with you. After that, we're going to go over to the board. We're going to take a look at my current position, or look at my students' current positions, take a look at when they bought them, why they bought them, and how those positions are doing so far. I see a lot of green over there today, so that is fantastic. So that will be fun. After that, we're going to talk a little bit about trader psychology. It is the most important skill you'll ever develop in trading. Is the ability to create a plan, follow your plan, not let your emotions get involved and in the way of following your plan. So we'll spend a few minutes on that as well. After that, I do have some potential end-of-day candidates today that I am looking at. I've gone down through the results of my watch list. I've gone down through the results of Kamal Scanner. I have 3 requirements whenever I'm looking to enter a new trade. First, confluence, combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Second, need to have a good risk to reward ratio of at least 2 to 1. If I'm risking $1,000 to the downside, I want to be able to make at least $2,000 or more to the upside to make the asymmetrical math work. And then lastly, I need to have a complete trading plan regardless of the market or regardless of the approach that I'm using. And that includes, for me, position sizing based upon the current market volatility. 2, knowing what my maximum allowed loss is. 3, knowing where my emergency stop is. 4, knowing where my end of day stop is. 5, knowing where my intraday profit targets are. 6, knowing where significant overhead resistance levels are. And then lastly, having a good trailing stop methodology. So using those criteria, I will go through the potential end-of-day candidates. If I find something that I like and makes sense, fits all those, checks all those boxes, I will purchase it right before the close. After the market closes, if you have any questions for me, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them. If you need clarification on anything, please let me know. I'm happy to clarify. If there are any stock symbols that you would like me to look at prior to the close, I'm happy to do that. Just put them in the live stream chat, and I will do my best to get to them before the close of the day. And then lastly, if my students have any entries or exits for me today that they would like me to update on the board, if you could please just wait until the market is closed before telling me about them. That way the pressure's off, I'm done trading, I'm done teaching, and then we'll spend as much time as we need to get those all taken care of for you. Okay, so that is the plan for today. I am going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I will be back in about 40 seconds. So hang tight, please. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. Okay, thanks for holding through that with me. Let me see if I'm missing something here that I don't see. Um, oh well, I guess I'll get that taken care of later. So let's take a look and see who is here. First on deck, it looks like Steve Burns is here. Good to see you, Steve. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you for everything. Thank you for being here every day. Really appreciate that. And I think you're having a great trading day. But thank you for all your input. I appreciate it. Everyone else does as well. Nigma is here. Steve, good to see you, Steve. Steve and friends, hello. And hello back to you, Nigma. Michael Wilkinson is here, aka Lova. Hi, everyone. Good to see you, Michael. Hope you're having a good day. Frank is here. Hello, Greg and group. Good to see you, Frank. Hope you are having a good day. Thank you for everything they do for this channel. Steve says Adobe and Nike have 1050 EMA crossovers. Let's take a look at those. Adobe does have a 1050 crossover, definitely does, happen today. Just so you know, I do have a rule for me anyway. I don't take crossovers if they're above the second ATR channel. So here we're above the third, so a little high for me. Let's look at Nike. Glad to see Nike's up because I know, oh, great, way to go, Jonathan. Jonathan is one of my students, and he bought this all the way down here. We'll go through that. But yes, this also has a 1050 crossover, but again, above the third ATR channel, so a little high for me. Tom is here. Good to see you, Tom. Hope you're doing well. Anya T is here. Always nice to see you, Anya. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're feeling well today. And thanks for coming. Miko25 is here. Good afternoon, Greg and all. Good to see you, Miko. Hope you're having a great day, my friend. Dan is here. Peace sign. I'm visiting family and friends in Steve's state so I can catch the show when I can. Oh, well, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Beyond Meat. I do have Beyond Meat as one of my candidates today. Let's look at ON. ON does have a 520 crossover right in the value zone. Looks good. Looks really good. Let's look over on the weekly. Weekly is just above the 1 ATR channel. Does have earnings coming up on the 1st, so there is some time there. I don't like that big old down bar. That's my only concern, having the big down bar getting to halfway, and we're getting kind of close to that. Well, it's right about here. So does the risk to reward make sense? Not sure. Only time will tell. Steve says, welcome to Tennessee, Dan. Nigma says, did some bad trades today. Went for a walk and getting even, sitting in Apple. $2 left to have a break even day. Ah, I see. And so your $2 went for a walk and getting even, sitting in Apple. $2 left to have a break-even day. Well, I hope you have a break-even day. Dan says, oops, I'm in Texas. Bacon Bandit is from Texas. Hi, Greg. Dan, I'm also in Texas. That's right. Yeehaw. Yes, ha. All right. All right. Well, let's get started. Take a look and see what we have today. So this is Cisco, Dynamic Duo, Lova, Michael Martin, Tom, Bacon Bandit, Frank, Ava, and myself. We did buy Cisco a couple days ago with a 520 crossover at 55.65. We're at 55.72. It is down today, 0.85%. So down on the day, but slightly up on the trade. Facebook, Tom, Ava, Lova, and myself, we did buy Facebook. Tom sold puts down to $260, expiring January 21st. So if it closes above 260, Tom would be able to keep all the premium that he sold. The rest of us bought Facebook with an under 30, over 30, rejection of the negative third ATR channel. We'll bounce at the 200-day moving average. Bought this at 323.97. It's 341.07. It's up 0.06% today. And this particular trade so far is up 4.94%. So it's been a really, really good trade. Of course, as it keeps moving up, I do phase out of portions of my positions as the market gives them to me. Orange line is the 1.5 ATR trailing stop level. So I am at that location. I also sold 50% of my, locked in 50% of the position here when it rejected the 50 RSI. Also tested the 50 RSI today and failed. But anyway, hit one profit target. And no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong lines there. Did not hit a profit target, but up nicely on the trade. Pfizer. Gary and I did buy Pfizer back here on the 18th with an under 30, over 30, higher low, under 30, over 30 at 41.32. That was the entry signal. Has moved up beautifully since then. I did sell half yesterday with the rejection of the 50 RSI and locked in half profits. Is down 30 cents today. I am at 1.5 ATR trailing stop level, so I'm looking for a close below the previous day's low. So far, this trade is down a little bit on the day, but it is up 3.2% on the trade. Roku. Ava, David, Lova, Jonathan, and myself, we did buy Roku back here with the 520 crossover in the value zone. Bought it at 329.08 with the 520 cross. Sideways for a couple days, moved up nicely, took some profits, did get to 1.5 ATR trailing stop level. Yesterday, we closed below the previous day's low, so I locked in half profits there. So it is down 0.73% today on the day, but currently up 2.41% on the trade. SPY. I do buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight. I take the overnight risk. I sell it first thing the next morning. This was a slight loss. I bought it yesterday at 452.41. Sold it this morning at 451.70. So did have a little overnight loss. It's been a nice run the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. We've had a lot of gaps. Actually, one thing I'm a little concerned about in the market are all these gaps. Gaps tend to get filled, but you know, doesn't have to be today, doesn't have to be tomorrow. But in big picture, I am a little concerned of all these open gaps. So this was an overnight loss. I will buy this again first thing. I'll buy this at the close, sell it first thing tomorrow morning. Visa. David, Bacon Bandit, Ava, Dynamic Duo, Jonathan, Lova, and myself. We did buy Visa. Good entry here. Close under, back over the 200. That's the entry signal. Combination of a higher low combination of a V2 as well, and false breakout to the downside. Bought this at 225.07. It's 229.90. It did reach my 1.5 ATR trailing stop level, and it looks like we are going to close below the previous day's low. So I will be locking in half profits today on Visa. XLU has been a really nice trade for Gary, Bacon Bandit, Lova, and myself. We had a pullback to the halfway of the low of the range, the high of the range. We pulled back to halfway. It also bounced right at the 200. That was the actual entry signal. Bought this back on the 18th at 65.08. It's 66.99. It's up 0.12% today, and currently it is up 2.87% on the trade. So pretty good there too. So swing trade's doing well. Had a nice trade on Apple today. I was actually in the middle of a meeting online and I saw this and I was like, give me a second. And I'm glad I made this trade. But I did buy Apple here. With this nice intra-bar rejection of the 250-day moving average, I bought here at 142.82. Next bar moved up nicely, took profits at 148.56, had a sideways bar, another nice up bar at 148.70. And then as we got close, one here at 148.84, and then as we got to that third ATR channel and the 200-day moving average, I sold the rest at 148.90. So I got in at 148.42, out at 148.56, out at 148.70, out at 148.84, and out at 148.90. And it moved higher than that, but you know, as we got to this confluence of the 200-day moving average and the third ATR channel, I was like, that's enough. I was plenty happy with that. And let's take a look. Because I know we have Steve in here. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to move that over there now. Okay, so those are my day trades. Those are my swing trades. Let's take a look at your trades. Steve did buy Apple yesterday with the 1030 and the 1050 EMA crossover. He bought that at 149.21. It's 149.26. So it is up a little bit. It's up about 5 cents. So it's up on even on the day, but up on the trade for Steve. Pins. Bacon Bandit bought pins all the way back here at 51.41. With a higher low V1 and move sideways. And then of course we had that big up bar yesterday, down a little bit today, not surprising on a big move up like that. But great trade, a little down today, but beautifully up on the trade. ISRG, Steve Burns did buy ISRG, also dynamic duo yesterday at 339.11. It's 339.36. So it is down a little on the day, but it is still slightly up on the trade, which is good. Twitter, David bought Twitter. Let's see if I can get a better perspective here. David bought Twitter at 63.19. It's currently 64.95. Bought this with a higher low close above the 200-day moving average. Moved up beautifully, beautifully. Yesterday had a bit of reversal bar, a little follow through today. So down on the day, but still nicely up on the trade. Oh boy, do we have a lot, don't we? All right, here we go. NVIDIA. Steve and Ava bought NVIDIA at 217.22. It's 226.45. It's up 2.45% and nicely, beautifully up on the trade. IWM. Lava bought IWM with the 1050 EMA crossover at 225.27. It's 227.75. It's up on the day, nicely up on the trade. Qs making a high today. Steve had a great entry on the Qs with the 520 crossover at 368.78. It's 376.96, up 0.53% today, and beautifully up on the trade. Boeing. Kamal did buy Boeing all the way back here at 213. Rallied nicely, but rejected it at the 200. Back down again today, but still slightly positive on the trade, which is good. DDM, Steve bought DDM with the 1030 EMA crossover at 75.40. It's at 76.56. It's down just a little bit on the day, but nicely up on the trade for Steve. IWB, it's just been a straight shot up. My gosh. Steve bought this with the 1050 EMA crossover. He bought it at 251.40. It's 255.67, so up 0.25% on the day and nicely up on the trade. Square, nice big day here for Dynamic Duo and for Frank. They bought Square with the 520 crossover at 251.97. It's 265.04. It's up 3.79% on the day and beautifully up on the trade. Zoom, Tom bought Zoom with an under 30, over 30, triple bottom, bullish divergence. Bought this all the way back here at 256.74. It's 276. He sold half here with the close below the previous day's low. Up 0.11% on the day, but beautifully, nicely up on the trade. XLRE, Love bought XLRE all the way back here at 44.86. It's 47.26. You can see, beautiful, wonderful trade. AGQ, two trades here. Ava bought AGQ at 30.26 with an under 30, over 30. Just nailed the bottom, and this has rallied ever since then. It is down 1.55% today, but of course Ava's up. Let's take a look. 20.54%. Steve Burns also bought AGQ with the different signal, the 520 crossover at 36.19. It's 38.12, down 1.55% today, but both Ava and Steve both up on the trade. Tell, this is Frank. Frank bought Tell all the way back at $3.37. It's $3.58. It's down 4.02% today, but still nicely up on the trade. MPWR, wow, Dynamic Duo bought MPWR with a 520 crossover at 489.83. It's 512.83. It's up 2.37% today and beautifully up on the trade. TNA, Ava bought TNA at $87. It's at $93.32. It's up 0.7% today and beautifully up on the trade. ARC, Steve Burns bought ARC all the way back here at 115.75. It is 119.90. He bought it with the 520 crossover, so up on the day, up on the trade. SPLX having another big day. Steve bought this with the 530 EMA crossover. We don't see that one a lot. Bought this at 119.25. It's 125.22. It's up 0.43% on the day and up on the trade. Snap, Bacon Bandit bought Snap here at 74.90. It's 75.12, down 0.69% today, but up on the trade. Nike, big day, beautiful trade from Jonathan. Bought this all the way back here, under 30, over 30, rejection of the 200. Bought this at 147. It's 161.88. It's up 2.16% today. Plus all of this, what a great trade. INSP, Dynamic Duo, did by INSP with a 520 crossover at 239.63. It is 256.84. It's up 2.11%. So it just keeps moving up. Very nice trade there. EQIX, Ava and Lava by EQIX at 750.30. It's 809.30. It's up 1.95% today and up on the trade. AMD, huge trade here from David and Michael Martin with a 520 crossover. Bought this at 105.17. It's up 2.34% today. Just having an amazing run. Way to go. Eli Lilly down today. Michael Martin did buy this here at 232.08. It's 240.43. It's down 1.37% today, but still nicely up on the trade. And last but not least, oh, no one's in PayPal. All right, so let me get rid of that. All right, here we go. Tom is in Texas as well. That's true. Oh, okay. Bacon Bandit says profit targets took all of my shares in pins. So I was out yesterday. All right. Good. So let's get that all updated. Good. Tracy is here. Good to see you, Trace. Beautiful trades, my friend. Bacon Bandit says, welcome. Trader says, Trader Harnett. Good to see you, Trader Harnett. Hello, all. Bought LI today. Looking good. Let's take a look. Looking fantastic. Up 2.56%. Way to go, Trader Harnett. Thank you for coming. Booked half my positions on coin. So you booked half. Coin down a little today. I know that. Good for you. Got 18% in 6 days. Fantastic. Kamal is here. Hey, buddy. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you are having a good day. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. Tracy Hall says, nice, Trader Harnett. Steve says, great trade, Harnett. Trader says, thanks, guys. Quad Racer, hey, what is going on, buddy? Good to see you. Quad is one of my previous students. It's nice to see you. Good afternoon, Greg and group. I've returned from the abyss. Well, I'm glad you are back from the abyss. Good, I'm glad. And there's Paxton, message retracted, which sounds suspicious. No, I'm kidding, buddy. All right, let me just take another quick look at current positions here. Cisco, down on the day, but up on the trade. Doesn't look like I have to do anything with that. Facebook, doing great, hanging on. Been a nice trade, gonna keep that. Pfizer, sold half yesterday with the rejection of the 50. This one's doing great, holding. Roku, doing fine, down on the day. But nicely up on the trade. SPY, had the overnight SPY loss. Going to buy that today at the close. Visa, looks like I am going to have to do something with Visa today here because I moved 1.5 ATRs from entry back down here off the 200. Who knows? In this market, this could close back above the previous day's low. If it does, I'll keep it. If not, I'll be selling half today. Paxton sold Intel? Is that what you're telling me, Paxton? All right. Sorry, I'm on the road to Vegas and texting and driving. Oh, okay. Hope you have a good trip there. Trader Hanat says POW, look, POWI. Looking very strong. Triggered a fractal here. A fractal's a high with two lower highs to the left, a high with two lower highs to the right. And it is very strong today, up 2.51%. Okay. For earnings, Good. I'm glad to hear that. I never hold through earnings. Glad you guys locked in the profit on that. Way to go. What? Let's see. Sorry, that one's for tomorrow. Okay, come on, Greg. What's going on here? Here we go. Okay, so listen, before we start looking at potential end-of-day trades, you know I do like to spend a few minutes. I like to talk about trader psychology. It's super important. It's the most important skill you'll ever learn, being able to create a plan, put that plan into action, and more importantly, following that plan. And that all comes back down to emotions. We're humans. We have emotions. It's going to affect us. And that's one of the most difficult things in trading is dealing with your emotions, dealing with your ego. So before we get on to taking a look at our end of day trades, I do want to talk about trader psychology. This is from my friend Stephen Goldstein. He has a great podcast called the Alpha Mind 101 podcast. I've been lucky enough to be interviewed on that a couple times. You can follow Steve at Alpha Mind 101 on Twitter, or you can just look him up, Stephen Goldstein. He is a retired professional trader. He is a world-class trading coach, and really respect Stephen. And whenever he posts something, I like to read it, internalize it, and I would suggest the same for you. Let's see what Stephen has to say today. Most new traders make the classic mistake of celebrating victory before they even start. Most new traders make the classic mistake of celebrating victory before they even start. They see certainty of future glory, but this most likely dooms them to future failing. New traders focus on learning. View early career wins as merely lent by the market, not owned by you. This happens a lot with new traders. They get into an up leg, they get into a swing up, and it makes them feel like they're good traders, which it makes sense, right? That you would feel that way. But in reality, you have to go through many different market conditions, many years of trading to experience all these different things the market can do to you. So, I know when you start trading, you think, oh man, I'm going to make all this money. It's going to be easy. It's going to be great. It's not really like that. If I have to be honest, there's times, just think about back to 3 weeks ago. None of our swing trades were working. It was very, very difficult. And now it all seems good and fine and great. And I'm glad. I am glad. But, don't get cocky. I think that's especially for new traders. Let's read it one more time. Most new traders make the classic mistake of celebrating victory before they even start. I like the positive attitude, but I've been trading for 25 years. I know what this is about. They see certainty of future glory, but this most likely dooms them to future failing. New traders focus on learning. View early career wins as merely lent by the market, not owned by you. So be humble. Don't be cocky. If you have a nice little trading stretch, awesome, great. But respect the market. It can do things that you could never imagine, either to the upside or to the downside. So we have to respect the market, and we have to stay humble. I pretty much go into every trade thinking that I'm going to lose. And I'm not being negative, but I'm just priming my ego to be right. Because one of the worst things that you can do is have your ego take over and convince you that you are right, the market is wrong, and not get out of your position when you're supposed to. It happens all the time. So the way I kind of circumvent that is I look at every trade as this is probably going to be a loser. So if it is a loser, I'm right, my ego's right, my ego's intact, and I get out when I'm supposed to, right? It's just kind of a hack, right? It's just kind of a hack. So, but that is the mindset that I go into every trade with. And I actually learned that from Larry Williams, and it's good. It's a good little life hack. It's a good little trading hack that really does help you. So anyway, thank you, Stephen Goldstein. Please follow him at Alpha Mind 101. I know you'll be glad you did. That was helpful for me, Steve, and I hope that it was helpful for everyone in this podcast today. All right, Frank has a poem for us. Always excited for this. Let's go ahead and paste this over here. Oh. All right, there we go. Let's see what this poem has to say today. We know it's going to be good because it's from Frank. Just a quick reminder that the market doesn't care. It loves to take your money and catch you unaware. The market has no memory. It's strictly do or dare. Just make sure you take in your fair share. How great is that? Just a quick reminder that the market doesn't care. It loves to take your money and catch you unaware. The market has no memory. It's strictly do or dare. Just make sure you take in your fair share. Wow, fantastic. Fantastic. Tracy said, thank you, Frank. Tracy says, Intel is a weekly. Are you in it? No, I'm not in it. Paxton says, sell Intel weekly at the end of the day. Okay, I took you out of that. PKI has a 520 crossover. Yeah, does it? 173.65, 173.63. So you are right, Steve. It does have a crossover today. Let's take a look over at the weekly. Weekly looks okay. It's in the value zone. I like that. Not too far extended. Looks pretty good to me. Steve says, Steve Goldstein knows what he's talking about. He sure does. He absolutely does. TMUS, which is T-Mobile. You know, it is interesting here, but not for me today. What I'm looking for is the double bottom with the bullish divergence. Here we have a previous low with deep red MACD bars. We've rallied into some green. If we can come back down, test these lows, then there will definitely be a double bottom with the bullish divergence at play here. Then I would just need some kind of entry signal. And under 30, over 30 would get us down to test these lows and would give me this signal. So this is definitely something that we should be watching, Anya T. But for me today, I don't quite have the signal yet. But in the next few days, this could be interesting. Dan says, awesomeness, Frank. Paxton says, it's the same with poker. That's true. Frank says, thanks, Dan. Paxton says, thanks, Frank. That's the same with poker as well. All right, so the Dow's only down 47 points now. NASDAQ's up 85. S&P is up 8.42. And before we start looking, let me just take a quick look. Visa definitely on the chopping block for me today. Facebook is not. Pfizer is not. Roku sold the half yesterday, and glad for that. Cisco back to even, but it's going to still keep the trade. And then XLU went negative here, but nothing to do there. So just want to make sure I'm keeping my eye on my positions to make sure I'm doing the right thing. So really, Visa is about the only thing that I'm looking for at the moment to sell. Half with a close below the previous day's low. All right, let's take a look at some potentials today. Here is Capri Holdings close under the 200, back over the 200. We did have a fractal trigger today. The fractal we're talking about is the high here with two lower highs to the left, the high here with two lower highs to the right. Had some sideways motion here and did trigger the fractal. Also close under, back over the 200-day moving average. There are enough shares, 588,000. If we look at the weekly, right now the weekly is above the 50 RSI. We've come into this resistance here of the 10 and the 20. Don't know if it's going to hold the 50 RSI, but it's a little concerning to me. It also rejected the 50-day moving average of the downward sloping, so that concerns me just a smidge. SUZ. Well, this is a double bottom with the bullish divergence. Here's our low with deep red MACD bars. We rallied into the value zone. We rallied into green. We have come back down. We've tested these lows, gone under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly has bounced off the negative third ATR channel. It's an $8 stock. Lots of volume here, 1.884, but I kind of like this trade, to be honest with you. I don't usually buy $8 stocks, but I do like the beautiful double bottom, bullish divergence, under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third. KLAC has a higher low V2. We closed below the value zone. We rallied into the value zone. We pulled back. We tested the -1 ATR channel and triggered a V1. Here is day one. Here is day two. Day two went below day one, closing above day one's close. This all looks pretty good, actually. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly, holding above the 50 RSI, holding above the 20 EMA. So, yeah, so far I like SUZ. And I like KLAC. American Airlines. Earnings today did reject the 250-day yesterday. I misread this chart. I thought it was an under 250, over 250 yesterday. Oh, yeah, but earnings would have been. So, yeah, that's why I didn't buy it, because of earnings. So, yeah, I don't really see anything here. It rejected the 50 SMA here. So I am going to take AAL off. PLTR has a intraday rejection of the 250 and a higher low V1. Does have the 200-day moving average above here, which is a little concerning to me. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly has not been able to get above that 50 SMA. So I think I'm going to get rid of this one, and I am going to get rid of this one. DKS, Dick's Sporting Goods, has a higher low V2 here. MACD went positive. I don't like the gap that happened here. When a V2 is formed with a gap, it's okay if it backfills it, but this is a pretty far open gap here, larger than 1/4 ATR. So just with that, I'm going to pass. Futu, big, under 30, over 30, but I believe at this point it's a little stretched. We went under 30, over 30, but now we're at 39.01. The way I look at this, if it got to the 50 RSI, that's where it would run into issues. It's at 39, so 11 points to the upside, 9 points back down to a stop of an under 30, over 30 does not give me the 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio that I need. So I'm going to let that one go. CVNA, big strong move up today. It's up 4.64%. It is an under 200, over 200, but I feel like it's a little stretched at this point. I feel like it's a little chasey at this point. So if we look at the weekly, yeah, we have the 50 RSI above. We have all the moving averages above. So with that being said, I'm going to put that one off to the side. And then PayPal. Woof. My gosh, Ava, I'm so glad you got out of PayPal when you did. Of course, huge move down, has not tested the 30 RSI yet. We do have a double bottom with the bullish divergence. See the low we have over here with the deep red MACD bars? Then we rally into green, and then now we are here. We are lower than over here, but there's the depth of the MACD is down pretty far. So it is a double bottom with the bullish divergence. It's just that there's no entry signal. I would need an under 30, over 30 to get me into the trade. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly really doesn't have anything here. So I'm going to put PayPal off to the side. So SUZ and KLAC are my potentials for today. Okay, so Steve's and Apple over there. So SUZ, try that again. SUZ and KLAC are my potentials. Okay, 141. Hey, give me about 1 minute. I have to take care of something, and I will be right back. Okay, thanks for holding on there. Okay. Frank said, Paxton, I would add that handicapping horse races to that. I agree. Ava says, NICE has a 520 crossover. Michael W. had a nice trade in this last time. AKA Lova. Yes, I like that. I like that. Let me see if I can backtest that really quick and see if that backtest well. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't backtest this particular stock. Only has 50,000 shares traded, which is a little concerning to me. But I love the sideways motion and the crossover. These are my favorite type of crossovers. When you have this sideways motion, then you get the crossover. I don't like chasing crossovers that have moved a significant amount to make that crossover happen. I like the indecisiveness of the sideways motion. Then I like the 520 crossover. So yeah, I think that's a good setup. It's a little, the volume for me personally is not enough though. Tracy says, Steve Burns, I'm guessing you backtest 520s before you post them. Would that be correct? Well, Steve can definitely answer that. I do probably know off the top of my head that there are some IPOs that Steve uses a 520 crossover with that don't have the backtested data, but that Steve has determined still provides an edge. So Steve, maybe you could clarify that for Tracy if you're still around. All right, SUZ. I like the under 30, over 30. I like the double bottom with the bullish divergence. Here's the previous low of the range. Very likely if we get up there, we are going to find some resistance there. So with that being said, okay, let's try this again. With that being said, KLAC makes the most sense to me today with this higher low V1 in the value zone. It's at 47.91, so there is a chance getting to the 30 RSI. To the 50 RSI. Going to run into some resistance, but if it does, I'll go ahead and sell half right away. So I'm not really worried about that. So yeah, KLAC makes the most sense to me at the moment. Kind of a wide spread there, just to keep in mind. There's a 24-cent spread, so you might want to consider middling that. All right. All right, so Visa definitely looks like it's going to close below the previous day's low. So I am going to go ahead and sell half and lock in half of my profits on Visa. So that's done. Okay. All right, so I did sell half of my profits on Visa, bought this with an under 200, over 200, and the V2, moved up to 1.5 ATR trailing stop level, now having a close below the previous day's low after reached the trailing stop level. So that is my, that's my signal to sell half, which I just did and locked in a nice little gain on that. All right, so I am going to get rid of SUZ, and I am going to buy KLAC at the end of the day here. All right, so yeah, KLAC is what I'm buying today. Waiting for the close. Gonna buy Visa. I'm sorry, sold half of Visa, locked in half profits on Visa. Nigma says he probably does, Tracy, since in his swing trading books he puts a lot of emphasis on back testing. He does, but I do know with IPOs that he has told us in this podcast that there's not enough back tested information to make that decision, but he's determined that 520 crossover on a new IPO does work well. So on the one we were looking at, I can't remember what that was now, but I can't back test it, so I hesitant to even say. Okay. So I'm trying to buy KLAC at the bid right now, which is 334 even. $344.10 and try to middle it at 334.10. Got it on that one. That's, and then over here I'm gonna wait. Although that may not be a luxury that I have actually, so I'll just try to put in, what is that, 334. Okay. Oh my gosh, I forgot to put in my order to buy SPY today. I'm going to have to do that manually, heaven forbid. So again, I sold half of Visa with a close below the previous day's low after reaching 1.5 ATR trailing stop level. I already bought KLAC. Facebook is fine. Pfizer got back to even. That's good. Roku, glad I sold half yesterday. Cisco slightly right about break even. And then XLU doing fine. So grab me a little drink of water here. We can coast on into the end. Quad says, no new trades for me. I had a role change at work and trading hour was my busiest. Hope to start diving back into swing trading regularly soon. Well, thanks for coming back today, Quad. Always great to see you. And I'm looking forward to you getting back into it. Steve says, all moving average signals I post are ones I use and have back tested, excluding IPOs where I use a 520 on them if they are innovative companies. So yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about. Excluding IPOs where maybe you don't have the data for the back test, but all the rest of them, he definitely back tests. Well, I'm glad I bought KLAC a little early. Today, anyway. It's been a good trade so far. I have to remind myself to buy. I just buy the SPY right now, just while I'm thinking about it. I forgot to put in the actual order, the market on close order. Okay, I'm all done. have about 3 minutes to go. Okay. Tracy says, thank you, Steve. Looks like everything's making a new high on the day. At least what I see blinking at me. 1 minute to go, everyone. 1 minute. Thirty seconds. And that's the bell. That is the bell for today. How about that? All right, so big comeback. Oh, the Dow did end up down 7 points. All right, so let's see where I got filled today. I did buy the overnight SPY at 453.46, and I did buy KLAC at 333.97. So that was a good entry there. So overnight SPY, $453.46. Okay. And then I did buy KLAC here today at 333.97. So that was a good entry there. Okay, so listen, if any of my students have any new entries or exits today that they would like me to get updated on the board, this would be the time to go ahead and put them in. Just put them in the live stream and we'll get them all taken care of. But before we do, just wanted to remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I believe I'm a really good teacher, and I know I teach a really great course. I teach you all 5 of the different trading approaches I've been using for the last 25 years. I teach you step by step, and most importantly, I teach you one-on-one, which I think is the very, very best way to learn anything, is one-on-one with your instructor. So you're right there, you can ask questions. I'm going to ask you a lot of questions. I'm going to put you through the ringer and throw a lot of curveballs at you, because I really want to make sure that you're learning what I am teaching you. It's very important that my students succeed. I take it very personally, so I put a large effort into each lesson. And you know, just if you decide to take the one-on-one lessons with me, just know that is very important to me, and I will do my very best to teach you everything that I learn, or that I know. The course is 15 hours. It's 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours. And like I said, I put you through the ringer. I ask a lot of questions. We do a lot of simulation trades, just everything and anything that will help you become a better trader. So the course does cost $1,750. It's a large amount of money, but I promise you it is worth every penny. It will help you become a better trader, and that is my goal. And of course, that's why you would want to take a course. So if you're interested, send me an email. The email is in the link of this of the description of this YouTube channel. Just reach out, say, Greg, I'm potentially interested in taking your course. I'll say, great, that's fantastic. Let's do it. Let's set up a Skype call. I just want to learn more about you and your trading, your challenges, your goals. It's a great time for you to ask me questions about any particular questions that you have about the course. And then when we're done with the call, just think about it as long as you want. And then if you decide one day, today's the day, I really do want to take this serious, I really want to learn the right way to trade, I will teach you everything I know, and just email me back and away we'll go. Secondly, if you are interested in an online course, I do have an online course available. It's available at udemy.com. It's a great course. I've gotten so many good reviews and so much feedback from around the world, where I teach you the deep dip buy stock trading strategy. A lot of these positions that we've had lately, some of the really good ones, have come from the deep dip buy strategy. It's one of my favorite ways to trade, one of my favorite approaches. And in that Udemy course, I teach you step by step how to trade that. Best news is it's only like $12 or $15 on udemy.com, but don't think that you're not getting a lot of content because of the low price. It's just because that's how Udemy prices things. There's 9.5 hours of video. There's 26 videos total. There's 15 study guides. It's a serious course, and you will learn to be a better trader. Lastly, if you like today's podcast, I would really appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It helps to build the channel. It helps to keep the channel around. It lets YouTube know that there's some valuable content here. So if you've learned something today or over the last few weeks, if you wouldn't mind hitting the thumbs up button before you leave, and I would really appreciate that. So, all right, let's see what everybody's doing here. Ava, reduce my swing since I'm going on a 5-day vacation. Out of visa. I think that's a really good idea, Ava. Gives you some peace of mind on your vacation without having to follow all this nonsense. Out of NVIDIA. Okay. Looks like a good day to do that. In from 213. What a trade. Congratulations. Out of Square. Square. Where are you? Oh, I never had you in Square. Okay, sorry about that, but great trade. And then out of Roku. All right. Way to go, Ava. Proud of you, my friend. Really, really super proud of you. Tracy is out of half Visa. That's the dynamic duo. Sold 1/2. And in KLAC. Oops. I tend to do that. Bacon Bandit is, excuse me, is out of Snap. Dang, I still have this lingering cough. Where is Snap? Snap. Where are you? Oh, here we go. All right. Out we go. Michael Wilkinson is out of a half Visa and out of half Roku. Okay. That's on Visa and out of Roku, half Roku. So I guess that puts you to a quarter. You sold half, and then you sold half of that. So you've sold 3/4. If I have that correct. All right. What else? What else is happening? See what's going on after hours here. Apple's down a couple pennies. Facebook's even. KLAC is even. Glad to see Pfizer went positive on the day. Roku unchanged. SPY is down 10 cents. Visa's down 4 cents. VIX is up 6 cents. XLU up 5 cents. Michael says, change that to out of all Roku. Okay. All right. You got it. You ask and you receive. All right. Got you all out of there, just like that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Jonathan, late as usual, out of half Visa. Nice trade on Nike, Jonathan. Really fantastic. Sold 1/2. All right. If anybody has any new entries, exits for me, if they're my students, if you have any inputs, if you have any comments, anything you'd like to contribute, go ahead, do it. Do it. In the meantime, let me read this. It's my favorite. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. This is by Martin Kornfeld. I think it's a great saying. We should go out, try to do one nice thing for another human being. Every day we should try to go out and do something nice for an animal. That would be an added bonus. They appreciate it as well. And it really may make a difference in their day. And it may make a difference in your day as well. And maybe one day when you need it, somebody will be there for you, and that will be nice, and it will come full circle. So something I try to incorporate in my life every day, and just like to put it out there that maybe it's something you want to do too, because I think it would make the world a better place. All right. Does anyone have anything else for me today? Nice trading, everyone. Really great trading. Like to see everything up for everyone. It's been a great, unbelievable leg up, hasn't it? Like really good. But like I was saying in the psychology section, let's keep humble about it. Things that go up, come down. Just follow your process. Don't anticipate, but follow your process. Just do what the price action is telling you. That's my very, very best advice to everyone. And it's great to see Quad Racer back. All right. Well, I guess that's it. I appreciate you coming here today. Have a good rest of your day. Be good. Be safe. Please drive safe. Try to be positive. Study your charts. Get some exercise. Just healthy stuff. There's a lot of things outside of trading that make you a better trader. Getting exercise, deep breathing, eating right, getting your mind right. It all factors in. So, all right. Well, I think that's it. Thanks for coming, everyone. Really do appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice. and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.